recording on, and I'm going to share my screen. And here we go, and then we're going to get our PowerPoint up. Jeanette, I'm going to put you on the spot a lot.
You going to put who?
Jeanette, our newest representative. I'm going to put you on the spot. Okay, so welcome, new representatives. Welcome to our Monday night training. We do have a training every Monday night, and I mix it up a little bit. It's a little bit different every time, and have different speakers and fun stuff. This is me. I'm Angelique. I am a Bronze Executive Leader, and I've been in Avon now since 1994, and I sell at the Honor Society level. And my motto is work it till the end and don't give up. And many times over the years, I've been like, oh my gosh, I need to just give it up. But I did. I stuck with it. So I'm still here. And we have a wonderful team of representatives. So the brand new representatives, we recognize them every 2 weeks for sales of over $150. And if you look at the screen, you can see some of our top selling representatives that are new. Looking at the very top of the list, we have Miss Kathleen. Congratulations with $1,000 in sales. And this is your 7th campaign, so you are just rocking it. Jeanette, you haven't placed your first order yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay, because I just saw your name pop up on the list as a new rep like yesterday, I think. Well, I'm glad that you're here. So we do recognize, every 2 weeks we have a recognition day, and we do recognize when you sell over 150 in the first 3.5 months. So what I would like to know, and this is not where I wanted you to speak, Kathleen, but Jeanette, yes. I'm gonna ask you what has brought you to Avon, and I'm gonna put, when I said I was gonna put you on the spot, I'm putting you on the spot now. What has brought you to Avon? Why Avon? What's your story?
Well, actually, I saw Avon years ago, long time ago.
Okay.
But I really couldn't put my all into it because I had smaller children. I was more focused into doing activities with my kids and working hard and going to school. So it was kind of hard to put it all together right then. So here recently, though, I just happened to be sitting down and I got to the point to where I'm getting older and I'm tired of working for someone else all the time. And I've been saying that I want to open up my own business again soon. And I just kept seeing that Boss Life video of the lady that gets on there when she talked about she was at her job, but then she broke loose. And so I kept saying that over and over and over, and I kept seeing it constantly. So I just decided, well, call Avon because I kept constantly seeing it. So I figured there was a reason why I was constantly seeing it. Then as I went down Pass Road, I happened to see the building that Miss McDonald has. And I said, okay, I'm being told to come back to Avon. Let me just stop up in here and see what's going on. So that's how I got back into it.
Good for you. Good for you. That's a wonderful story. So you were seeing the commercials, and then you just happened to drive right by Kathleen and said, that's God. That's right. Well, very good. That an electric razor? Okay, so there's a lot of things that are different in Avon now, but we do basically the same thing as far as getting customers. Your customers are what are going to build your sales part of your business, and one of our training programs is to make 5 contacts a day, 5 days a week, to different people or places. And this particular page here, this memory jogger, is on youravon.com under the, what is it called? Kickstart. I'm trying to remember the exact words, but I don't remember the exact words. On your home page, when you scroll down a little bit, you're gonna see a little block and it says, start here. You click on that block and you'll see a lot of things that will help you, but one of them is the memory jogger. And I even use this today to think of other places that I can go. Hello, Melita, welcome. So you do want to be focused on making those contacts. The more contacts you make, obviously, the more that you will get from it, and start off now. When I first started Avon, I did not know I needed to make contacts. I did not know I needed to give a book out. And so it took me 2 years to figure this business out.
Okay.
So just know that is the goal. Work on that goal to make the contacts to people that you know, or people that you don't know, or places that you go to. The cycle is fairly simple. We have a 2-week selling cycle. And Jeanette, are you in the Biloxi area?
Gulfport.
Gulfport, okay.
The 1070 district.
Gotcha. Okay. So I was asking because of your ordering schedule, which is every other Monday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you're right at the beginning. Great example here. So you're right now, we start right at the top here, preparing brochures, getting your flyers out, and you're making your contacts, you're giving out your brochures, you're looking for customers and looking for team members. And then as it gets closer to when the order is due, you're following up on your people that you've made contacts with. The order goes in online. And I'm not sure how long ago it was that you sold, Jeanette. I don't know if we had your Avon.com, but no? Okay, wow, that's a while ago.
Everything was paper at the time. I sold nothing online.
Okay, well, this is wonderful. So you place your order online. It will give you an amount that would be due maybe, and you pay it, and then you get your order back in, you make your deliveries, get ready for the next campaign, and then pay whatever's left on that other campaign, and then start all over again. And it's every 2 weeks, just a cycle. I strongly recommend. The thing that's kind of different now is the economy, and I strongly recommend collecting money when you take an order. At least half of your money, putting it aside. When you get ready to check out, you have your money there. Just a suggestion. Okay. The program that the new representatives have is called Kickstart. And in Kickstart, when you reach the sales goals, you do earn 40% off of what you're selling. And they've had so many different new representative programs, but this one is challenging because every campaign you have a new goal that is $50 higher. So you want to keep trying to build your customers, get more customers every campaign. And it tells you on this sheet what your earnings could be, because it's 40% off of everything. Everything. The clothing, the shoes, the handbags, the toys, everything. So you definitely want to reach that. I'm not sure if you remember when you sold before that you got a lesser amount off of the fashion items. Yeah, nope. As long as you hit that goal, you're getting 40% across the board, and 40% on your e-store too. So that's another thing. Also in the Kickstart program, which we'll go over a little later, you get recruiting bonuses. And when you hit all of the goals, the sales goals, the recruiting goals, you're going to get a $200 bonus at the end of your 3.5 months with Avon. So I'm going to take this away so I can see the screen. Okay, so let's say you have a campaign that you don't reach that Kickstart goal there. The earnings are going to be based on wherever your sales are lying, and it's between 20% and 40%. And now they've even added where if you have a $1 order, they're going to give you 20% off of $1. So just know it, the earnings starts at the first dollar. And you guys just stop me if there's questions or jump in. And all of this it'll be repeated. It'll be out there on our page. And so just stop me and ask away if you have questions. This daily care collection, this probably came in your box, Jeanette. I'm not sure if you got your box yet, but this daily collection flyer is a bundle that new representatives can sell in their first 3.5 months. and it is 7 of the most popular products for just $19.99. And if you look in a brochure now, you would see that that Skin So Soft sells for, I think, $12.99, and is, when it's not on sale, it's $20. And they use the Skin So Soft for the mosquitoes. So that is a selling point. You can get the Skin So Soft with these other pieces for almost the same price as the Skin So Soft alone. When you are brand new and maybe you haven't received your kit yet, you can be selling from this flyer here and take orders. When you sell 8, you have earned $60. When you sell 12, you have earned almost $100. So keep that in mind. Also, there is a charm bracelet incentive, and you can either earn a charm bracelet with 3 charms or a charm bracelet with 9 charms. And the difference is that the charm bracelet with 9 charms, you have to hit the 150 or more goal in 14, 15, 16, 17. So the issue is if you just started, you might be missing campaign 14 only because of when you started. So just know that you will still earn the bracelet with the 3 charms, okay? And this is for new representatives. So it is my pleasure to welcome and introduce our guest today, who is Miss Kathleen McDonald from, and I wasn't sure if it was Gulfport or Biloxi, Kathleen, so I just put Mississippi. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit, and then I'm going to turn it over to you. Kathleen has been in Avon now for 7 campaigns, which is approximately 3.5 months. And her personal sales are at 7,300, which is almost to President's Club, which is amazing, by the way, Kathleen. And she has achieved Bronze Ambassador, which is a level of recruiting achievement in campaign 11. And then she went on to move up 1 step to Silver Ambassador in campaign 12. And you will have earned, now you haven't, I don't know that you've earned this yet, but you're getting close, but you will have earned just in title bonuses alone, $1,250 plus recruiting bonuses. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Kathleen, and what I'd like to know just a little bit about what brought you to Avon and some of the things that you are doing, because your team is exploding. Every other day I'm seeing welcome, 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 and you have 2 people under you that are recruiting, and it is just exploding. So what I'd like to know first is what brought you to Avon?
I moved here from California in December, at the end of December. My daughter lives here. My contract had ended at my job in California. It's a really good paying job. I made $165,000 last year. But I was burnt out anyways, and I had already been praying for the Lord to please, I can't go on like this. Thank you for the money, but oh my gosh, I'm burnt out. So then I came to Mississippi. So it all fell into place really fast. When one door closes, another one opens.
Right.
So the Lord was in it. So then I came here. I just picked an apartment to rent for 6 months just off the internet. Come to find out, there's been a couple of murders since I've been here, but I didn't know. It looked good on the internet. So I moved here, and I haven't seen much of my daughter or my grandson. They live right here in Gulfport, but they're busy doing their own thing. So I sat around for a couple of months, kind of getting anxious, like, oh, I hope I made the right decision. Maybe I should have stayed in California. I started working out like 4 hours a day, walking and everything, walking along the beach. And I'm like, I can't go on like this. I got to do something. So I was sitting in my living room, just sitting there thinking, Lord, what did I do? Did I make a mistake coming here? And I'm just sitting there kind of sad and anxious and depressed. And I really literally heard the Lord say, sell Avon.
Wow.
I said, okay, all right. So I got right on the internet immediately. And I just went to Avon.com because I didn't know anything. I didn't know any Avon people.
Right.
So I went to Avon.com and I signed up and got the $100 kit because I could afford it. I just left a really good job. So I got the $100 kit. And I started feeling encouraged over the next day or two. I started thinking, but the Lord really did tell me that. He really was behind this. So 'cause sometimes you think, no, you know, in my head, but whatever. So then the kit came and I got really excited. I'm like, wow, you know, I look at all this good stuff. I didn't know I should have sold it. I started using it all because but then I liked all those brochures and oh, let me turn this down. I started putting my name and number on all the brochures, and I was ready to do something. And I'm like, but I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. Maybe my daughter will take something to work. No, she wouldn't do it. She works at the post office. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Like, you know, I want to do something. I want to stay busy. So I thought, I got to go to Walmart. I'll just take some books with me. And I started going into Walmart, just going up to people. I was really shy, really had low self-esteem at that time because I, you know, had just went through a major change and I was feeling really, you know, like unsure about my future. So I just go up to people and I'd say, would you like an Avon book? Sometimes I'd hear no. I didn't give up. If you want another one, would you like an Avon book? Sure. And then every single day I started seeing this, would you like an Avon book? Oh my God, I haven't seen an Avon representative in years. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen a book. I thought you guys went out of business. Oh my gosh, my grandmother used to sell it. I love Avon. I hear that every single day. Some people still say, no, I buy Mary Kay. Whatever. They don't want a book. It's good because then I'm not wasting a book. You know what I mean?
Right.
I threw 350 books. I passed them all out on car windshields. Didn't get a single call. But every time I meet people face to face, and I always make sure I look nice and I'm presentable, my hair's fixed, my makeup's on. You don't always have to wear makeup, but that's how I like to present myself. Neat and clean. I started wearing an Avon t-shirt, white pants, and white shoes because I wanted to look clinical because I'm selling cosmetics. You know, I wanted to look like I could give somebody advice.
Good idea.
So, and then I wore my name tag, and you know, people around the apartment complex started calling me the Avon lady in just a really short time, and that's all anybody knew me as. So I made sure I got out there. So I thought, well, now I need to find a place where I could set up and sell. So I found the men's flea market. And I set up there one weekend for $45, and I made like, I don't know, maybe $300 that first weekend. And I was like, wow, this is good. So then I reinvested that into my business, went back the next weekend. And then I was finding people were coming up to my table. Oh my God, and Avon, you know, we used to have someone here a long time ago. She left. We haven't been able to order Avon. We don't know where to go. We tried to call. We don't know, you know.
And I found you.
Yeah, so I have people, everybody knows, find me at the men's market on the weekends. Anybody who I've already met knows where I'm at on the weekends. So, and also you get a lot of people from out of town, you know, who just don't have
flea market, yeah.
right there, and I can help them. So then I started thinking, all right, that's fun. That's the weekend. But what about Monday through Friday? What am I going to do? So I would set up a table on Pass Road because that was near my apartment, and plus it was a real busy street. Set up a table just like an empty parking lot. And I did that 2 or 3 times, and I was making about $100 a day, just putting up my Avon sign in my table and trying to look real professional and getting the same kind of people. Oh my God, an Avon lady, do you have any of this? Do you have any of that? You know, here, give me a brochure. You know, talk to people about, you know, becoming recruits. I thought I had a couple that slipped through my hand. But anyways, then the city of Gulfport threatened to give me a ticket if I did it again. They were going to give me a $150 ticket. So then I thought, fine, I'll go to Biloxi. So then I went to Biloxi and sat up by a bus stop on the sidewalk. Then they let me work all day. Then they came to me about 4 o'clock and said, we're going to give you a $1,000 fine if we hear you again. There's still Long Beach. There's still D'Iberville. You know, I'm thinking of all the towns I could go to just once. Mm-hmm. So then I was driving down Pass Road and I started thinking, you know, $1,000 fine, that is kind of high. I wonder what rent around here would cost if I rented a storefront. Then I could set my table up out front, you know. And so I did find a place for about $1,000 a month. And it was kind of run down. It hadn't really had any tenants for at least 5 years.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was painted blue and yucky and it was kind of falling apart. But anyways, I thought, I like the location because it's right on Pass Road. There's no vegetation blocking the view, you know. So I started setting up there during the week. I went ahead and rented it, but while they were, you know, painting and stuff, I would set my table outside, put my signs up so people knew this is going to be my location.
Right.
And I started recruiting people, and but I have to say, I don't. The secret to my success is going out and meeting people face to face, talking to strangers, because I didn't have a choice. I had to talk to strangers because I didn't know anybody. So you have to have the book. You have to be friendly and smile. If people don't want it, fine. If people want it and don't have a story, fine. If people are so excited, I just stand there and listen to their Avon story, because all those excited people have an Avon story.
Right.
And I sit there and listen, and the conversation can go on for 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm just mostly listening because I want them, they're excited. They found an Avon lady. This happens every day. Every day that I put myself out there, I hear people's Avon stories. So then we become friends because I stood there and listened, and we introduce ourselves, and I give them a book. I tell them about, the opportunities, and I tell them how they can order from my e-store. And I tell them where I'm located now. Oh, you're on Pastor. I'm like, yeah. It's a training and recruiting and meeting center. That's all it is. I did it so people can find me easy and so I can recruit easy. People just walk in, just like Jeanette did, wanting to sign up. That's happened several times.
Cool. That is so cool.
People come in to buy and end up signing up because I tell them all the good things, everything that's happened to me just since February 23rd, I tell them the money I made, the things I've sold, how I'm going to be President's Club in the next campaign or two. I talked to Amanda Hagwood today, and she says, no, you're going to be Honor Society if you just keep putting the orders until the end of the year like you've been putting in.
Right.
It is where I want it to be, at Honor Society.
Right.
So that's my goal, is Honor Society. I know I'm going to be there because, I always have to restock because of the flea market on the weekends. Now I'm trying to be at my store every single day because now I'm getting calls on the weekends at the flea market. They're like, we're here at your store. Where are you? And I have to. So now I'm saying, well, I'm only there Monday through Friday. So I'm trying to be there all the time. So I really have to move out of here. That's why this place looks like this. Because I just be there all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't miss anybody, and I can continue to build. And my recruits, the ones that are recruiting now, it's because they know me, and they know I don't have any special skills. I'm no Wonder Woman. I'm just kind of
built a relationship too. You built relationship.
I say, dang, if she can do it, I know I can do it.
Who's that?
That's fine. It's true. They can do it. But you just got to get out there, be seen.
Be seen. You guys hear that? Be seen.
Your face with your book. You can't just throw a book and expect people to get out there, smile, listen to their Avon stories, and then they're grateful to you. Then you become their Avon lady. You heard their story. You know what they're about. Right. They know you're their new Avon lady. That's a relationship. I like hearing their stories because I didn't have any friends, and now I have a lot. I do.
You have a huge team too.
And my daughter hasn't even spoken to me since before Easter. She has no idea that I have that meeting center. She has no idea how many friends I have, how busy I am. She thinks I'm feeling sorry for myself because she won't talk to me. I can't wait until she figures it all out. But I told my grandson in January, I said, Zachary, God brought me here, and I know he has something for me. I said, but you know what? It's going to be really big. I said, because I left something really big that he had for me in California. That's the most money I ever made. That was big. I said, he doesn't go backwards. He goes forwards. Whatever he has for me here, and this is before I heard him say Avon, I said, whatever he has for me here is going to be really big. So.
Well, we are watching, and we are saying, wow.
It's God. It's God. I'm telling you.
That is amazing.
Together. And people are telling me, oh my gosh, God spoke to me and told me, to join Avon. And then I saw the commercial. Then I saw you. Then I hear that all the time. All my recruits are God related because they tell me, the Lord's been telling me, join Avon, I'm telling you, it's a God thing that's going on.
That is so wonderful. Guys, Kathleen, thank you so much for sharing. And I was going to ask you some tips for new representatives, but you kind of put that all in there. Smile, be friendly, be visible, and and don't toss, but just put the book in someone's hand, get to know them, listen to their story, and be relatable. And you said some great things, and I know you're going to be big. I know you are. So I appreciate you coming on and telling your story. Are there any questions out there for Kathleen? Speak up if you have any questions. Hey, Deanna. I didn't even see you there.
Kathleen has huge goals set for this nesting.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Kathleen, I saw it. I saw it.
What is her nesting goal?
It was 10 personal recruits. I know that.
We did it.
I want 30 before campaign 17. I want 30.
Whoa.
I can do it. I just have
You
to
can
get
do
out there.
it.
I'm so busy getting the building ready, moving, trying to do the flea market. But the flea market brings me a lot. I think I recruited 5 people from the flea market already.
Wow. Okay. So it's going to explode. There's going to be an explosion. And for you guys on the line, and I'm not sure where everybody is or whose team they're on. I can't see everybody. Kathleen is in my 5th generation, and your people are my 6th generation, I think, and your people's people are my 7th generation. And you are just lighting up from the bottom there. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to watch. Thank you so much. We're going to get moving on here and talk a little bit about the recruiting side. You talked about people are coming up to you all the time. Well, you're in a great position there. The recruiting side as part of Kickstart, and you've probably gotten a lot of $50 checks, man. You do get a $50 check every time somebody that you bring into the business places a first or second order of $150. So know that that's another opportunity. We have professionally made recruiting flyers from Avon under the leadership, sales leadership tab on youravon.com. Look for mentor tools. And you'll find this lovely flyer here. And I would tell you to print this flyer out, put this flyer in everybody's books when you're giving them so that word gets out that you are recruiting. Also, we talked about nesting. Kathleen talked about her goal to have 30 representatives. The nesting program is where Avon is going to attach people who do not have the pleasure of having a leader. They're going to attach these people to you as a leader. And there are some requirements, but it is to the tune of 5 recruits that Avon might give you, 5 or more, we don't know the exact number, per every personal recruit that you do. So Kathleen, 30 recruits times 5, 150? 150 people potentially in your first generation added.
Right.
So I talked about an explosion. This is an explosion, but everybody can participate in this nesting. And I made a worksheet where we can show people what they could potentially get from nesting. And you do have to opt into this nesting. So I would tell you to let your upline leader know, let your upline leader know or myself that you're interested, and we will go over it with you. So we got 10 minutes. Zoom is telling me get going. Bonuses, we talked to Kathleen about bonuses. There is the first level of bonuses is the Bronze Ambassador. It's $500. And I think ever since the program started, I think that you've made like, I don't know, $700, something like that so far. So there's more money coming, and there's money at every level when you do start recruiting. So keep going. As a new representative, you do have an e-store that's already active. You can be sharing it now, giving out your e-store address by text, by email, by Facebook. You have a social media center, which is on be sure to download the Social Media Center app. And that is on Apple or Android. And you have, I don't know if you can see this, but you have already put together professional posts that you can share. And there's one right there. and you click on your icon that you want to share it to. It's got text message, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Google+. And you click it and it goes. It couldn't get any easier with sharing your e-store. When this lands on social media, your person just clicks on it and it goes right to your store. So it is amazing technology. Also, we have Avon University, where you can get tips on what to post if you want to do just a post on Facebook or a text to somebody. Also, we have a 10% discount that you can offer people. 10% off of any size order. It's a one-time use only, and the code is WELCOME10. So be sure to give that out to your customers. They get 10% if they go to your e-store. So we have some good deals. There is an order every 2 weeks, and you want to look under the key campaign dates, or also running across the top of your avon.com, you'll see a due date. But under key campaign dates, you can see your schedule number. You can see when the orders are due, when you can start selling, when that campaign closes. There is a little window grace period where even after you've submitted your order, there is a window of time where you can do more orders. I'm going to take this away. The steps to success: you are selling and promoting your e-store, your brochures, your mark. You're trying to find team members. And just know that you're not too new in Avon to do this. You can start doing this from day one. You're following up with your customers, your team members. You pay for your orders, you submit your orders, you deliver your orders. Every 2 weeks, we're doing the same thing. My favorite quote, one of my favorite motivational speakers is Zig Ziglar, and one of his most famous quotes is, "You can have everything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want." And I truly believe this. I truly work from this with my people to help them. And this is how we are with our businesses. Look at it like that. As you share the earnings opportunity, as you share our products and our sales, your people will benefit, you will benefit. So keep sharing. So I am done. We have time for questions. If anyone has any questions about anything, we have about 6 minutes left. So I will tell you, I didn't mention anything about RepFest. There is still a few spaces left for RepFest in Nashville, Tennessee, August 5th through 7th. New representatives can get into RepFest for $99, and that is the registration, and then you would have a hotel as well. There are people still looking for roommates. It's not too late to join into the RepFest. I know that I have been to every conference that Avon has ever had, never missed one, and it has always it's never let me down. I've always learned a whole lot. So I would definitely tell you to take advantage of that. Right now, there's over 5,800 representatives registered for that. So that's going to be the place to be in August. We also have a Facebook team page, and the group name is on the bottom there. Just look for, what is it under? The Star Team, I think it is. And also your leaders have one as well, depending on who you're under. What questions do we have about anything? We've gone over the basics. Of course, as you get into this, more questions will come up. But any questions about anything we've gone over tonight?
Can I add one thing that I just discovered?
Yes, ma'am.
Now when I'm recruiting people, I tell them they can have a launch party at my center.
I love that.
I know, I already gave one to Dominique, and it was a big success. She had $211 in sales, and that's what I want their first order to be from the launch party. And I'll give as many launch parties as it takes.
Jeanette, you got yours lined up? Oh, you're on mute. Unmute you. Okay, speak, Jeanette.
Did you hear me?
No, you were
I
on.
said Kathleen and I are working on it. I just gave her a date of when would be a good time for it, so we're working on it.
When you do one, could somebody do a few minutes live in the one of the groups? When you do one, a launch party?
We could do mine live. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, I would love that. Thank
And
you
I'm
for
gonna give my
sharing.
little talk and try to recruit people to go under her. You know what I mean? Try to get a couple of recruits. If we have enough people show up and I tell my story, I know I can recruit people.
Good. I love that. The launch party. I read about it on your page, or maybe you posted it on my page, but I read it and it was really good. Okay. What other questions? Is there anything else, Miss Jeanette? We have Dion. We have some superstars on tonight. We have Robin and we have 337. I'm not sure who that is, but we have her.
Tanisha.
Hey, welcome. Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, guys,
And who am I?
I'm Angelique. I am.
Okay, Angelique.
I am your mama's mama. I'm a leader.
Okay.
I'm the
Yes,
treat.
ma'am. Okay. Well, how y'all doing, ladies?
Very good. Very good. Welcome.
Okay, but I do have one question.
What's that?
I was quiet because I was taking notes.
Okay, good.
I'm taking notes. I have a lot of questions, but I've been extremely busy. I'm opening a store. I went and signed up with Avon when I was in the middle of opening a store. I'm opening a thrift store. I'm opening a boutique, and I'm opening a barbecue stand at the same time. So I'm real busy. So I received a text message as well as an email about the phone conference tonight, and I took the time out to join in.
I'm so happy.
Yes, ma'am. One of my questions I have, being that I'm busy, I'm trying to send family members and friends text messages in reference to making them aware that I am an Avon representative now.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try to sell the products online.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, how do I instruct them to shop my e-store?
Okay. I'm going to tell you the brief version because this program cut me off, but what we can do is we can talk offline afterwards. So
if we can get offline, you could do that afterwards, or you could give me a call on tomorrow. Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, because it cuts us off after 40 minutes and it's like 30 seconds away. But it is Tanisha, right?
Yes, ma'am. Tanisha Chenier.
Okay, yes. I remember seeing your name.
And I'm in Louisiana.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. We'll talk afterwards, guys. We do this every week, so we'll be back next week, and it might be a little different format. So bring questions, bring sharing, and I thank you all for coming out tonight. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. And Tanisha,
okay. Y'all have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, ladies. Good night.
Great job, Kathleen.